After the death of her owner, this elderly dog is left in the kennel. But suddenly, a mysterious man shows up. Hi everyone, and welcome back to True Stories. Today, our story is about a very sweet and lucky dog. But before we get started, be sure to like the video, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell to get notified whenever we post more amazing videos. At 18, the dog Julep suddenly found herself in a bad situation. Locked up in a cage at the kennel, she didn't understand why she was there. She'd been an excellent companion for her owner for 18 years. But after his death, Julep's chances of finding a new home seemed very low. Until one day, a man on a motorcycle walked through the door. The story begins in February 2017, when poor Julep found herself alone in a kennel. A beautiful little dog of around 18, she had been brought there under heartbreaking circumstances. You won't believe what she's been through. When her owner died suddenly, Julep had nowhere to go. The owner's family couldn't keep her and decided that the best thing for her was to give her to a kennel. She was brought to the Human Rescue Alliance in Washington, a kennel that had been giving animals new homes for 100 years. However, they had never had a dog like Julep, as she was the oldest in the history of the kennel. One of the spokespersons, David M. Smith, wrote, "Julep is a very sweet dog, and she is happy here with us. We are giving her all the attention we can, but a dog of this age needs to live in a house where they can give it everything it needs." Despite her age, Julep was active and full of life. According to the kennel staff, she just needed a fresh start and a sofa to sleep on. Would there be someone willing to welcome her into their home? When the staff posted Julep's story on social media, it touched the hearts of thousands of people who shared her story in hopes of finding her a new home. Unfortunately, however, the kennel staff didn't have high expectations. According to the director, many people weren't looking for an elderly dog, despite Julep's sweetness. For older dogs, waiting times are usually longer. But Julep didn't know that her chance was near. Wayne Lurch, a native of Washington, was also in mourning. His pit bull Jasmine had recently died, and after 11 years together, the hole she had left was enormous. Lurch said, "I've had Jasmine for about 10.5 years. It was fantastic. A dog weighing almost 30 kilos convinced that he's a little dog. I think it was the dog that I cried the most for." He wasn't looking for a new friend, but had found the news of Julep on social media. Touched, he decided to go to the kennel the next morning to meet her. Wayne wasn't sure he was ready for a new dog, so he went to the kennel on a motorcycle instead of a car so he could have time to think about it. He didn't want to make hasty decisions, but as soon as he met Julep, all the doubts vanished. He knew that this was the dog for him. Wayne immediately ran home to leave the bike and take the car. Julep's life was finally about to change, and surprisingly, it had only taken a month. Her happy ending was very close. According to John Talley, another spokesperson for the kennel, no one could hold back tears that day. "We see many stories with a happy ending, and we always try not to get too attached to them. But between Julep's age and Wayne's love, we couldn't hold back." In her new home, Julep was given a new name, Tootie, in honor of Wayne's grandmother. It didn't take her long to get used to her new name and new life.